Sorry, I just wanted to dance a little, you know, night like like that night. Not even a response or a look. She that mad? Crap, there's a worrying amount of blood. That's why she's silent. She wants me to clean it up. I really like this mindset of like he's really in not a great place, and the story is aware of it instead of just being weird about it. Crap, I'll get to cleaning right away. I'm sorry. No response. She's definitely still mad. Okay. As I turn around, I feel a little lightheaded. Must be work getting to me. I'll be fine after resting a little, but for now, I gotta clean the mess I made. Quickly go to the bathroom, only see a trail of blood. Yeah, I done it this time. Whatever hopes I had to apologize have properly vanished. I'm still bleeding. How am I supposed to clean it up without making a mess? Better wait until the blood dries up. You shouldn't bandage yourself, man. I feel dizzy. I really need to sit down near the tub and use my right arm to lift my left arm inside. Easy to clean up after it stops. That is a start. My head's spinning. The amount of blood is concerning. Realization hits me. I try to get up and run to a hospital. Am I gonna die? I don't want to die. I need to get up. Call an ambulance. But I can't. My vision is blurry and my legs simply don't move the way I want them to. I feel too tired despite the panic. I have to alert Olivia. She's gotta be mad. Imagine the trouble she has to go to if I were to die here. Man's so fucked up. He's like, man, if I die, it's gonna be so much paperwork. Lemons help. What lemons, though? I don't know. What the fuck am I thinking? What? I'm dying, and I think about how she'd be mad if she saw me bleeding out. Olivia, or wasn't that a scream? Oh, fuck, I'm dying. Do I want to survive or not? Live? I'm out of breath. Barely seconds of me trying to scream for help, but I just can't. It's getting darker. I'm too young. There's so many things I still wanted to do. I'm still not popular. I still haven't started taking pictures again. Still haven't seen Olivia paint the fountain yet. I haven't even proposed to her. We haven't moved up in life since proposing to her. Huh, yeah. Figured I would take her to the same fountain for dramatic effect. It's been like, what, 3 years? I mean, I was saving for a ring. It's natural, right? Would she even accept? Try to get my eyes open, but fail to do so. I don't feel my limbs anymore. What's she doing right now? I'm on death's door, and even in my last moments, I'm still focused on her. No slideshow of my life, though. Only that snowy, bittersweet day. I want to go back. I want to relive those moments. It's all going so smoothly. So the formal. She loved me. I loved her. But after that day and our rocky reconciliation, it was never the same. Did she take me back out of pity? After seeing how desperate I was? Question popped in every time we fought. I thought I was grateful, but in the end, she still cared about me. Enough to love me again, yeah. For some reason, I feel calm now despite my life slipping away. I don't feel my body anymore. Olivia, I hope she's alright with me leaving this world. Peace. Does she even love me anymore? Did she back then? Did she ever? I think she did, but maybe I'm wrong. What if she never did? What was due to her situation? We were each other's first. She had no prior experience and made me extremely nervous. She nibbled on my cheek during her absurd attempt at a kiss. It was so cute. Then again, she did say that she waited for a long time for this. Made me realize that she had a crush on me the way before I started liking her. Those awkward cute moments were signs that dismissed at the time. Like how she would blush when we get closer. Like how she would look deep into my eyes. Like I was considered as something she wanted to take along in the event of leaving the school. How her tail wagged, how her expression changed when I was around. The drawing of me of her that I accidentally saw. What if it wasn't an accident? What if it was all an act? Don't you dare die on me, Inco. I need my free meal ticket. Maybe she saw that she didn't have any other choice. A disability is one thing, but a behavior is something else. I put up with it all. What's up with my headset? Ugh. I put up with it all the time. I'm putting up with it for 3 years by now, after all. Maybe she saw that she could charm me, and now I was the only option. I mean, I did everything for her. I didn't get mad when she switched my contest entry. I defended her on every occasion. I forgot my pain and instead focused on being a morale support. Huh, I don't know if that's actually written differently. I think it is, though. I think moral. I don't know. Is it moral support or morale support? I don't know. I think it's moral support without the E. Yeah, moral support's without the E. So it's not morale support. Sorry, ya fucked up. That's it. You're losing your 1 star. This is a 0 star, absolute worst fic ever. Cannot read. I mean, I barely knew that. I'm covering rent. I stopped pursuing photography. You already mentioned this. Please don't do this thing. And I haven't purchased a new phone or had my screen fixed. Any money I get goes to rent, food, gas, and sometimes art supplies. Could you find anyone else who's willing to sacrifice this much for her? Especially with that attitude? Don't forget that Olivia is implied to have like a small job that does pay a little bit. So I always imagine that she bought her own supplies. Which is how I like to imagine that Olivia buys her own supplies, and that's how she pretends she's independent. You know, she's like, "No, I buy my own supplies, Inco. I just happen to live here." You know, that kind of mindset. And she gets to walk all over me, treat me like she was forced to be with me. Guts receive much better payment because he understands her. Well, what choice does she have at this point? With what face is she going to return to the paying household? Can she even afford the materials she needs for her job and rent at the same time? It's like how she was stuck on Dreamscape. Except this time there's no Yannicka to chop up the problem. Oh, wait. Except this time there's no Yannicka to chop up the problem, that being me with an axe. I'm pretty much her best bet. A cripple constantly alienates herself from those who seek to help her because apparently you can have no other motive except pity for her condition. I can imagine Liv making burgers. Hell yeah, baby. Just keeps eating them. Now that they don't share the same households, even the Pains distance themselves. No, actually, it wasn't exactly like that. I could hear their warm behavior like always. She just didn't want it. So I guess they just gave up? No, they didn't. They were still as kind and lovely to Olivia when we visited them. As Olivia stopped wanting to go. I was about to say you should show not tell, like have a scene about this, but then it's alright because the second part is kind of the actual point, right? It's not about this, it's about this, so fine. But she was changing. She was becoming softer to talk to. She stopped confining herself to a room. Our relationship was genuine. Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe I'm right about my suspicions. And what about me? I'm not forced to stay in this relationship, am I? She broke up with me, so I wouldn't get any negative social points due to mercilessly abandoning a poor disabled girl. I could have left then and there and found another partner. A normal one, most likely. One that treats me with respect, one that sees my sacrifice and effort. You probably wouldn't have to make the sacrifice or effort. When I ran back to her, I begged her to feel her affection again. But it was never the same. Sure, we still cuddled, held hands, and kissed, but it never felt like how it did before the formal. It was just different. Even when we knew our place. Hold up, one moment. And when we got to our place, our beds to share, we decided to take the next step. It didn't feel bad, but I don't know. I don't understand anything anymore. Something was missing. Mario was missing! We have to save him! She was briefly better. Our relationship was progressing. We finally had our own place. Everything was gonna be alright. She was finally closer to her dreams and me. But months go by and things get worse. Her art remains unrecognized, the salary remains the same, and her anger continues to grow. Her bitterness was back. Her words already made it known, but it affected nothing. Our intimate moments became about her instead of us. Is she feeling ugly or unloved? Kiss her, Inco. Is she feeling underappreciated or alone? Well, just hug her, Inco. She pissed off at something other than you? Or just frustrated? Drop your pants, Inco. Do you feel lonely, worthless, or hated? Do you crave love and intimacy? You may get some if she also desires it. Stop being selfish, Inco. Are you not in the mood? Well, then you're the worst boyfriend on earth. Who does nothing but make her girlfriend. Who does nothing to make her girlfriend happy. No, his girlfriend. That's the... That's the wrong... I think I know why this happened. Is because certain things change according to context, but no. Wrong pronoun. I can't believe Inco's fucking trans. How can you not wrestle tongues or keep a boner? Oh shit, we're going there, huh? She deserves everything, Inco. How dare you express yourself? You made her day worse because of all your feelings, Inco. Maybe it's safe to assume she doesn't like me at all. I can't believe Inco refused to have a boner. He should talk to the Joker. I heard the man is the king of all boners. You made it way worse because of your own feelings, Inco. Maybe it's safe to assume she doesn't like me at all. She's just lonely. She needs support. I'm the only available option. Normally, this is the part where I would yell, like, come on, fucking support, really? But on the other hand, I kind of like that it's sort of jabbing at the concept, right? Because normally people don't use it wrong, and I kind of like this angle of this relationship isn't what she needs, and I'm pretending it is. You look loony, I can fix that. The Lunara hologram. Cortana, get out of here. Maybe Damien was right. He did say the feelings you have for each other might be a way of coping with the Atacan's passing. Maybe I was a mere replacement for him, a supporting figure of sorts, and a poor one at that. Then what about me? I was sure of my feelings before that night. That's why I kept putting up with her behavior all these years. I ignored hurtful acts, apologized when I was in the right, and went with the narrative despite it harming me, not just for her, but for others too. Like that time I was called in to talk about Mia's rampage. I was saying good terms with everyone. Or I tried to convince her to go back and apologize. How I blurted out that it would make me look bad. Fuck you, Inco. Maybe I really am at fault, as always. Man, Anubis is like, buddy, I didn't need all this detail. Just put your heart in the scale, okay? Sorry, Olivia. When everyone else turned against her, she desperately sought support. I told her to suck it up and admit being wrong. And again, what the fuck was she thinking? What the hell kind of speech was that? Look at the so-called protege. That's a nice word. Of Trenti Attica, who still has to finish the promised painting of the fountain, by the way. I inspired her to make that speech. It was partly my fault, wasn't it? Huh. Get her to believe that she completely understood the Attica and how she was the ultimate successor and all that crap. It wasn't just her, we both failed him. And now, he's gonna scold me soon. I appreciate that he's like, I'm going to die, and the Anacon's gonna give me an earful. That is such love, that's such good self-awareness. I have to say, if this is your first effort, you got a hell of a lot more going for you than most. Am I not supposed to be completely fucking dry by now? I almost forgot that I was dying. Maybe I am dead. I hear, taste, and smell. No, I hear, taste, smell, and see, and feel nothing. No, buddy. You're in that one cutscene in Earthbound. Where is the light? I only see darkness. Actually, I do see light. I managed to open my eyes, it seems. The usual shades are missing, so I get a nice flashbang. It takes a while to get used to the light and finally open my eyes and enough to see things. Spend the next 50 seconds looking around. I can easily tell I'm in a hospital room. The amount of Fics that just go to a hospital room is making me sick. Get out of there, Inco. You're just going to be given a language tutor. And she's with me, staring at a wall, unresponsive. Olivia, for fuck's sake, we're not doing the Ringu thing. I'm not doing the Ringu thing. You don't get it, Inco. It's digital DNA on a tape cassette. Get this Saws idiot out of here. She wasn't with me last time when I was hospitalized due to food poisoning. Oh, that's such a dingus move. Damien was still with me, though. We'll learn the news from her. She did message me and was happy to see me regain my health, but we didn't even fight that week. The relationship with Damien was never affected by the breakup. It was just due to her presence. I just couldn't visit him. Didn't want to call him over either due to the feeling of emptiness, the need for Olivia. No, I feel like you wouldn't invite him over because you would be worried that Olivia would have opinions. After we started dating, it felt like it was the middle of the first semester again. Olivia didn't return to completely shutting everyone out, but you did lose some of her will to talk. Better than losing all progress we made, though. The attention she got for her performance in the formal certainly did not help. Despite telling others that we got together again, Olivia wasn't as keen on showing a relationship as before. Damien straight up told me that he was worried because he rarely saw us smooching. Weirdo. For whatever reason, I can imagine Yatacon being in the afterlife as Julie's friend. All right, Inco. I'll be possessing your dead hand now. Oh, but Yatacon, it bled out. It's just gangrenous. Oh, that's not a problem to me. Here we go. Ugh, I like how Damien's like, you have to smooch. Just kiss already. Sure, sometimes we leaned on each other, squeezed each other hands, called each other nice things, whispered sweet nothings, and hugged when others were around. But that old beaming energy never returned. She would sneak to my couch bed when I stayed over to cuddle, which usually ended with her breaking off and returning to her room before the morning. She set an alarm even. I'm sure she was remembering that night from time to time. When school was finally over and we moved out, it got better for a little while. She had more intimate moments, and we got closer together. You just talked about how every time he got into bed, it was more about her than anything else. I thought her issue was finally being fixed. We just needed some space from everyone else. I thought that maybe she would just finally stop trusting me again. We were so much more lovey-dovey. Maybe she was finally getting over what happened with a New York home. But that didn't last long. She wasn't moving forward as quickly as she hoped. But she was going to get there with the fire in her eyes. She bravely made that statement. But as every month without success went by, the fire became weaker. Especially people who wanted to help her due to a condition started showing up more frequently. She was losing her patience. She was getting frustrated. She was becoming hopeless. It's like that dead show, Dead Snow 2, where the protag gets the 1940s German military commander's hand stitched on and gets zombie magic powers. Well, they were up to some funny business. I can imagine that one of those hands is full of occult business. I wasn't doing good either. I barely made money with my full-time job, and I didn't want to bother my family about me anymore, so instead I paused my chase of dreams to get it. The amount of times, right, that I've said, why the fuck aren't Inco's rich-ass parents bailing him out? Especially since he's like 20, 22, at most. I kind of like that this one's like, he just feels shame about having to talk to his... Goddamn! I like this fix so much. It feels like it picked up all the lessons I've been yelling about. It just knows all the little flaws, and it's like, I need to write something better than that. What a nice leg up. How is this your first fucking time? I imagine maybe it's been polished, who knows. I can take it. 9-to-5 job until Olivia finally reached the correct audience who recognized the talent and not the wheelchair she was sitting on. And when that day came, I could pursue my passion for photography. But that day never came. She just returned to her shell, started pushing everyone away, including me. Reminds me of the first summer's end party. Except it was me who was being avoided, and there was no one to convince her that I deeply cared about her. You became the pains. This year I probably slept on the couch more than I slept on the bed I paid for. Because of the frequent fights. Because I didn't understand her. Maybe calling them fights a bit of an overstatement, because it's just Olivia venting on me. And I managed to fuck things up, which ends with me catching anger for not understanding her. I always run to her, apologizing, begging her to forgive me. But it would take a couple of days before she would finally accept my apology. I feel like we're just talking about the plot, or whatever. Most likely after another day of misery that she wanted to forget. We never had a date in the past year, give or take. I don't remember, really. Safe to assume that it's been more than a year. We did go outside together, and it was me driving to some place that she needed to be when we had to buy her art supplies. But a proper romantic date? No. Even when she had days off, she wouldn't leave the house. She wasn't like this. She stopped coming to hang out with the others too. Reunions, parties, other gatherings. I went alone. And when people came over to check up on her, she was dismissive and did the bare minimum. Guess what we did in our last anniversary? Nothing. Nothing. Had some money saved up for a nice trip, but she refused to go. No excuse, except that she just didn't want to. Then the money was used for groceries, gas, and paint. Not like we were going anywhere. Close my eyes when I finally see him move. Don't know how many minutes have passed. Guess I was staring unintentionally. Smother him. Use the pillow. Come on! Escalate the stakes to maddening levels. Anyway, I mean, that's a terrible idea. That's a little too much for the scene, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I don't want to listen to her tell me about how I ruined a dress and forced her to take the day off. Wait, what day is today? I don't remember. The movement stops, but I refuse to open my eyes. She's near me. I can feel it. I can hear her breathing. Saurians low-key suck at hiding their vital signs. Oh my god, I love that we're giving Saurians an L. Holy shit, Professor Phil handing out the L. My thoughts shift to myself again. Now that I'm not focused on her. I never really finished thinking about myself, have I? Why am I still with her? I mean, she gets a lot from me, but what does she give in return? I never really viewed our relationship this way. But now, being an absolute dumbass who almost died, I finally have the balls to question our relationship properly. Suppose I left her now. I could apply for college like my parents told me to, insisted upon it. I could find new friend groups. Do I even need to be on good terms with her to hang out with Damien and Liz at this point? She doesn't live with Damien or hangs out with him anymore. I can even get a new girlfriend and forget about Olivia. I mean, I'm pretty exotic here. Oh, that's so fucking great. I'm an interesting person. Oh, Inco, you poor man. I'm into photography, and does watching video essays on random topics you never cared about enough to look into count? Oh my god. Okay, probably not. Okay, I mean, I'm a bit bland, like she says. I mean, but everyone likes me, no? Because of my friendly behavior, how I look out for people. Like how I saved me from trouble. I have never talked to her after school ended. Well, I mean, I rarely talked to her anyway. Only small talk when I canceled her alongside Ben. Didn't hear much from Ben either. Occasional checkups with each other, but that's it. No, it's just that I was unlucky. My co-workers and boss are happy to have me. They like to tell how I'm dependable. How dependable I am when I take over their work or do unpaid overtime. Yeah, I mean, I'm still like with Damien and Liz, and the rest of the Pains. Man, I really need to appreciate them more. Anyways, I'd be fine without her, I think. The last time we broke up, I couldn't function like a proper person. So maybe I'm wrong, but what about her, though? She would finally have to pay all of the rent, like how I do some months when she comes short. I imagine she comes short most of the time. Unless she is just only covering rent. I can imagine that her low-paying job could probably do that. Maybe she would go back to the Pains. They accept her? And who's going to drive her around and buy us stuff? Listen to her talk about everyone out there is out to get her. God, listening to how she hates everyone and everything for 20 minutes is more tiresome than going to multiple art supply stores for hours just to get one specific brush. Maybe she would finally reconsider the disability label thing she hates so much. Why does she hate it anyway? What's wrong with a safety net? Because the icon didn't have it that way, yeah? I guess she wants to be normal, maybe? Sorry, Olivia, but Mr. Yadican was a teacher. A very good one at that. You want to continue his legacy, sure, but first ask yourself exactly what that legacy is. Definitely not those weirdly painted faces. His money didn't come from his weird art. His art's still in the museum with no buyers. And what is so wrong with receiving extra for lacking stuff people take for granted? You are using a wheelchair, you're not. I don't understand her at all. I would have taken whatever I could get simply for lacking something. If I was going to find me on a cage, it would only be fair I'd be given a brass knuckle. That's called equity! People like to talk about equality, but often equity is the thing most people need to consider. Okay, that's not enough. A firearm would make it equal. I appreciate. Oh, I love the little self-aware jabs that are Inco undermining himself because they kind of suit the situation very well. My teeth are not as sharp, and I lack the claws or the sharpened spiked tail. I just don't understand her. Maybe that is the problem. She keeps telling me that I don't. But I don't even understand myself. Why am I still with her? Yeah, I can start to see why people commented, hey buddy, this is like 50% just Inco dying. Why am I still with her? Especially after what happened. I did not forget the peer pressure we received. I mostly received, since she didn't care. I had to apologize to her for her behavior, which only made her more angry when she found out. I think that's why I failed to become popular. Not as just some dork who tried to excuse his girlfriend's horrible behavior. Because I Didn't want to gone out of my life. I stood with her. I was also out of character with her actions that night. But I didn't also want to become an outcast, so I tried to clean up after her. I became the topic of gossip again. Oh, that's a nice way to put it. Topic of gossip. Nice. In the end, I became an outcast just like Olivia. Then why did I stay with her? You know, I want to put this right out there. If this is really your first fucking thing, right? That's good. It's a bit melodramatic, a bit in places, but I don't know, man. I like that Inco is obviously trying to undermine himself and not certain. I don't know, man. I just think that promising, you know. Now, if only your profile picture wasn't so provocative. Actually thinking of rewriting chapter 2 after seeing your comment and realizing his realization is too fast. But I guess the visit can't help but change your ways. I mean, you know, the man almost died. I mean, this guy has a good point of like Inko needs to realize what has happened. As you know. Okay, so this author is seed of their pantsing it, which is kind of. E2 does love him, but she doesn't respect him. Ego's behavior only reinforces this. Okay. You know, I like this. I'm just having a good old time here, buddy. Finally some good E2 food. He really nailed Inko's character. What a shame this will never get finished. Yeah, I kind of do have to agree with Goyd here, or Joyd, that the dream sequence where he's like at the prom again trying to dance is a bit weird. Although I guess it might be pain and shock. Just like, you know, I don't know. I guess that pain happens. It gets bitten after, so. And Olivia does kind of like snap, but whatever. Well, I think I'm gonna take a brief break and then we'll do another chapter. How about that? It doesn't look to be too long, and maybe we'll get something out of this. This concludes our wake up call. The Wani couple are not together anymore. Man, it took them 2 chapters. I'm gonna go take a bathroom break. The pain is so much as anime flashbacks. Fuck yeah. I'm all for it. I'm gonna go take a quick break. And then we'll do one more chapter. Because I'm interested. I'm having a good time. Can't wait for this to bite me in the ass. I kind of want to go to the last chapter. Just to kind of see what the notes are on this. Oh, this last chapter is fucking loaded. Holy. Oh, no. It's mostly because it seems to do that double line thing. It might be shorter than that. Another plot point I put off in the early chapters were taken care of. Oh. Oh, yeah. All writing was on A, so I forgot I already read about that. Although, they uploaded something in June.